Major stories tonight. Wife of Nigeria's President Oluremi Tinubu flags off National Scholarship Program for Tertiary Education. Federal government working on appropriate measures to mitigate impact of flooding. General Manager NTA Abeokuta, Mr. Segun Ojelade, buries mother. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta, Channel 12 News. My name is Anyola Balogo. Now the news in detail. In Nigeria, where every child can access the best education available, regardless of their circumstances, is possible, and this the desire can move beyond the realm of vision to reality with the right support system. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu stated this at the flag-off of the National Scholarship Program for Tertiary Education by the Renewed Hope Initiative in Abuja. State House correspondent NTA Abeokuta reports that 46 indigent students drawn from tertiary institutions across the country met the court at the maiden edition of the scholarship.
Ifeanyi Chukwuofama is 18 years old and a 100-level medical student at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. With his mother, a teacher in tow, he joins other 45 lucky 100-level students drawn from 36 states of the Federation, the FCT, and others nominated by recognized women's societies at the banquet hall of the Presidential Villa for the first National Scholarship Program, flagged off by the Renewed Hope Initiative for indigent students in tertiary institutions. With the 1 million naira scholarship per annum for 4 years, he says his dream of becoming a medical doctor has now become easier, while his mother can now breathe.
When I finished my WAEC, I've been thinking about how will I go about university, how will I be able to pay for the books that I'll get to study in the university and others. But with this scholarship, it's an aid for me and my parents, so I'm really grateful.
Scholarship have reduced the half of the money I'm supposed to spend on my son.
It has reduced a lot of load in my father's head.
It's just the way of the government making sure that education in Nigeria is still something that is cherished, so that students like myself can go to university without stress.
Education is one of the 5 key areas of intervention by the Renewed Hope Initiative, and the National Scholarship Award will complement the student loan scheme of the federal government to further give access to indigent students seeking tertiary education.
It's a commitment and a promise that we make today to identify with the youth of Nigeria, to say to them that their dreams and aspirations matter. Through this program, we seek not only to provide financial assistance, but also to foster an environment where talent is nurtured.
While urging the beneficiaries to take their studies seriously, as their CGPA will be taken into consideration in subsequent years, the First Lady also encouraged them to acquire vocational skills. To be eligible, a beneficiary must have a good academic standing with proof of admission.
If we all support the cause of these gentlemen and ladies, especially in their educational pursuit, then we could have played our role in building a strong and virile nation, not only for now, but indeed the future.
Coming from university environment myself, I know there are lots of brilliant and indigent students. With this kind of initiative, of course, it's going to go a long way to support the academic activities in school.
The ceremony was attended by Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bita Edu, and Minister of State for the FCT, Maria Mahmood. In the State House, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, attention of the RHI is shifting to agriculture and health, two among the key intervention areas. Coming out of a meeting with zonal coordinators of the initiative, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says plans are afoot to promote food security in the country by equipping a total of 370 farmers across the country with seedlings, pesticides, and fertilizer. The initiative will also support the establishment of farm markets in strategic locations across the country towards facilitating easy access to fresh farm produce. Measures to stamp out polio and sanitize birth registration process in partnership with the UNICEF are also being worked out. The federal government will work closely with subnationals to heighten the level of preparedness and deploy appropriate measures to minimize possible impact of flooding, especially at the peak of rainy season. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utserf, at a joint news conference with Minister of State, Water Resources and Sanitation, Bello Garanyo, indicates government's plans to mitigate flooding. Olusheye Adiagbo reports.
The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, NISA, indicates an increase in the volume of flow along the river Benue, registering a flow level of 8.97 meters as at August 2023, comparing to the flow of 8.8 meters same period in last year. With potential flooding in view, strengthening preparedness becomes inevitable as Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation is itemizing action plans that key players must adhere to.
These three levels of government should be sensitization of the general public by the states on the need for people living along the river banks to relocate to higher grounds during this peak period of rainfall. States and local governments should intensify efforts in clearing blocked drainages and also construct new ones where they do not exist.
Professor Joseph Usev believes that at the moment there is no threat to lives and property, especially those states that are contiguous to rivers Niger and Benue.
There should be removal of illegal structures constructed within the floodplains, and the general public, especially road users, should desist from walking or driving along pool of water or flood.
To be forewarned is to be forearmed, and as dam water releases is integral to safeguarding dam integrity and mitigating flooding, the minister says NISA has maintained a professional and organizational relationship with its counterpart in Cameroon on exchange of information on water releases. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
The Owo Kingdom in Abeokuta has taken giant leaps in engendering peaceful and cordial social relationships in the domain through the engagement of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms rather than litigation. This formed the basis of the 3-day technical training on principles and practice of the alternative dispute resolution at the instance of the Olowu of Owo Kingdom, Oba Professor Saka Adelola Matemilola, ahead of the takeoff of an alternative conflict resolution center at the Owu Palace. Leko Agbade has the details of the closing ceremony of the 3-day program.
The ability of disputes and conflicts in the society is a fundamental truth. That is why traditional institutions play active role in mediation, arbitration, and dispute resolution in their domains. To further step up this traditional responsibility, the Olowu of Owo Kingdom, Oba Saka Adelola Matemilola, championed the initiative of setting up an alternative dispute resolution center in order to adopt and explore alternative peaceful conflict resolution rather than the use of litigation and arbitration in the law courts to settle disputes across the various communities and districts in the kingdom.
We want to ensure that we have internal peace. We want to ensure we have peace with our neighbors as well. And that's why we really, requested for this, session to be had. And I'm very happy the way it's gone. I'm very pleased that we all feel that we've acquired good knowledge that is useful, not only in supporting the kingdom, but also in our homes and our societies as well.
The Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC in Ogun State, led the trainers in the capacity building endeavors.
Train them on how to handle cases in their domain, and not only that, to cultivate a bit of, teaching others in form of peace education, sensitizing members of the public on why they need to embrace alternative dispute resolution.
Just like an adage says, you don't come back from a court and you still become friends, but you can come back from mediation center. It helps you to know, so this is what I've done wrong. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it this way. So it's like it wears a more human face than the law.
I also let them realize that as a mediator, they must gain your confidence. You must be neutral.
For the participants, the 3 days of rigorous training is worthwhile.
They've trained on the basic technicality. At least they have the basic knowledge of what the mediation is in alternative dispute resolutions, so they can resolve matters on our behalf and lessen conflict, dispute, and make all of us to be friendly and our relationship become great.
You see, mediation, it's not that you are stamping anything on the parties. It is the parties that will arrive at the resolution by themselves.
Participants were presented with certificates of participation and competence. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agmode, NTA News.
In the meantime, more than 84 young children in Owo Kingdom are taking part in a summer art splash program at the Palace of Olowo for skills development and encouragement in future career paths in art. The summer event is organized by the Solace Foundation, an initiative of the Queen of Olowo of Owo Kingdom, Olori Amina Adeleye Matemilola. Lekon Agmode reports.
Since the current Olowo of Owo Kingdom, Obasaka Matemilola ascended the throne of his forefathers, there have been a lot of accomplishments recorded in the kingdom, while the monarch continues to lead the people and the kingdom further into greatness. He has been enjoying unparalleled support of his two Oloris, who continue to serve as co-laborers and worthy allies in fulfilling the mandate of engendering greater and enviable Owo Kingdom, championing various foundations and programs that will improve the lives of different categories of people in the kingdom. It is the turn of these young ones who are enthusiastic to be part of Olori Amina Solace Foundation initiative, where they will be guided to develop skills in arts.
What we're just trying to do is catch them young. Those who have a flair for the arts, we're trying to see how we can encourage them. And it's not everybody who is good. I mean, everybody has something that they are good at. So we've identified some people who are smart in class and all of that. And then what we're trying to do now is also identify those who are good in the arts, and just trying to encourage them. So it's going to run for 4 weeks.
Dr. Kehinde Badaru is a renowned professional and reputable teacher of arts.
There is a way that the lessons you learn in art affect your learning of other subjects. If they can draw well in art, it will affect their drawing in biology. It will affect their drawing in Greek. It affects their drawing in every area of the other subjects, and they will be more creative. When they are walking on the street, they will be looking at the creative aspect of their environment and not being destructive. So far, so good. The children are trying based on their age 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 13 or 14. At the early stage of life, the full art instruction is not there. But when they get to JS1, they will start experiencing it. But so far, so good. They are not doing badly at all.
The talented among the children will be selected to participate in the next stages. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agmode, NTA News.
Channel 12 News continues shortly. Stay with us.
From Mama know they use and play. Native taste maker, cause it tastes on normal. They give them native vibe. Daily Dawa. No need to rinse them. I say no need to grind them. Just tear them, pour them, use them. They stir them.
Daily Dawa is a powdery seasoning processed and packaged under hygienic conditions with long-term preservation to retain its rich native aroma in your vegetable soup, egusi, miyan taushe, miyan kuka, and other native meals. Go get your Daily Dawa at the nearest market today.
Daily Dawa.
Daily Dawa, made from fermented locust beans. Daily Dawa, native taste maker.
Welcome back. Many describe her as a kind-hearted, humble and upright woman who delighted in the progress of everybody around her. These are the testimonies of sympathizers at the burial service in honor of late Mrs. Felicia Ajoke Ojelade, mother of the General Manager, NTA Abeokuta, Segun Ojelade. Akim Jimo has the highlights of the event.
Of the life and times of the deceased, Chief Mrs. Felicia Ajoke Ojelade attracted dignitaries from far and near who converged on the Ebenezer African Church, Abeokuta, Ogun State, to honor her and support her children, including Mr. Segun Ojelade, General Manager, NTA Abeokuta. The officiating minister urged the congregation to choose between everlasting life and death, adding that the deceased followed the right path and worked for God.
She led a life of a Christian life. She assisted people. She gave helping hands to people. And she encouraged people to be more closer to God than the world.
The body of Mama, who was the Yalode of Oshosu Archdeaconry Women's League, was interred in the church cemetery where the dust-to-dust rite was performed amidst tears and pain. The Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Malam Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, represented, and others described Mama as a virtuous woman whose legacies will continue to linger on.
I want to thank God for the life Mama lived. It is worthy of emulation, and I want to beseech all of us to begin to emulate the good qualities of Mama. She was generous, she was kind.
What Mama really molded, it manifested in Segun Ojelade. Mama lived a very good life, and she has impacted very well on all the children. We're happy for her. She lived a good life, and she had good children to leave behind to tell the story.
One thing I knew concerning Mama was that Mama was very caring and motherly. She actually doesn't see Segun as her only son. She sees almost every friend of Segun as her children.
How to differentiate between friends and his children. So she took all of us as his children. His mediatory role in family affairs, was actually wonderful, and everybody is going to miss that.
Children and family members of the deceased, including Mr. Segun Ojelade, noted that Mama was a loving and kind-hearted person who radiated the symbol of unity.
What I learned from her is hard work. Hard work, generosity, community service, and above all, the worship of God.
Take care of us. He brings us to the level. Anybody that wants to learn work, we learn work. The one that wants to go to school, he fits everybody to school. She was a very, very hardworking woman. She was loving. She was accommodating.
She's a very nice woman. Very cool-headed, accommodating, and friendly.
The NTA One Big Family from stations across the country was well represented, aged 95, and survived by children, grand and great-grandchildren. Late Madam Florence Ajoke Ojelade was a renowned kola nut seller.
May her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. And that concludes the news at 7 tonight. I'm Ayala Balogo. Good evening.
For long-lasting quality, beauty, and value to your property, think Seiko Paints. Seiko Paints. For more than 20 years, we paint the gateway city and cities beyond. Our products are available in retail and wholesale outlets throughout Nigeria. For further information, call the Chief Executive Officer, Managing Director, Seiko Paints Limited on 0803 674 9618 or 0803 725 5170. You can also reach us at 23 Olufemi Ajayi Street, Ifako Ijayi, Lagos, Nigeria. Seiko Paints, adding value to everything.
Yeah, stop is 10.
course.
10, please, can you sing for us?
Of course.
When you need me, you can FaceTime me on the go. Baby, I got you. 'Cause it no matter where you dey, oh baby, you can reach me overseas, my dear. Whether na Ghana or Lagos, Nigeria, you can call me on my telephone line. You know I'm always online. Only Bamilago, anywhere and anytime. You can call me anytime.
Glow. Brekete.
Introducing Brekete. Activate a new Glow SIM and get 600 Naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans. Glow